Hello, welcome to Asian Agribiz podcast. I am Arif Fahruddin. Today, I'm talking to Dr. Pradeep Krishnan, Technical Service Director at Evonik, about guanidino acetic acid or GAA supplementation in broiler feed. GAA is the natural creatine precursor for farm animals. It supplies creatine in the best way to animals, improving their performance, leading to optimized production costs and profitability. It improves livestock growth performance through effective nutrient utilization, and it can spare dietary arginine plus glycine and dietary energy. Dr. Krishnan, at the live session of the 2022 Broiler Feed Quality Conference in Thailand, you presented how GAA supplementation improved performance of vegetable protein diets and how GAA can compensate for low dietary energy in corn-sbm diet in Asia. In this follow-up podcast, we would like to explore how GAA supplementation can help to improve meat quality.
First of all, thanks Arif and to Asian Agribiz for inviting me for this follow-up podcast and to share additional insights on how GAA supplementation can help to improve meat quality. Generally speaking, genetic selection, fast growth rates and higher slaughter weights, in addition to external environmental stresses, have been identified as the main compounding factors related to some of the meat quality issues like breast muscle myopathies. Under such circumstances, what we observe is affected fillets are generally downgraded and have to be transformed into processed meat products, causing considerable economic losses. From a human perspective, creatine supplementation has been used as a nutritional prescription in the treatment of several neuromuscular diseases. Since GAA as a natural precursor of creatine is a common feed additive in poultry production, the potential of GAA supplementation to minimize breast muscle myopathies has been investigated under experimental and commercial scenarios. Some of the recent works from reputed universities globally and even primary breeders, not to mention the Evonik internal research trials, indicated that addition of GAA is consistently increasing breast meat yield without really aggravating breast muscle myopathies. This was even confirmed through the application of sophisticated statistical models like proportional odds log model, wherein we compared myopathy score of similar breast weight samples. So overall, there seems to be a positive effect of GAA in reducing the incidence and even the severity of woody breast and white striping challenges what we see under commercial conditions. And possible reasons for this positive effect might be related to improved metabolism at the cellular level, leading to elevated ratio of phosphocreatine to ATP, and even improved calcium homeostasis and higher antioxidant levels in the system. To explain it a bit more, guanidino acetic acid as a biochemical precursor of creatine, its supplementation in broiler diets can increase intracellular creatine levels, and in case of limiting creatine supply, the intracellular ratio of phosphocreatine to ATP is reduced. And as we know, phosphocreatine is the main energy transporter molecules in all cells, and if phosphocreatine to ATP ratio is reduced, this means that an increased amount of ATP that is being produced in the mitochondria cannot be distributed to energy demanding cell processes, creating certain metabolic stress for cells. For example, muscle fibers in this case, and the consequence being chronic calcium overload and increased reactive oxygen species, eventually resulting in programmed cell death and consequently abnormalities in breast meat. Not just that, the mechanism of GAA's arginine sparing leading to increased nitric oxide synthesis is also hypothesized to be one of the reasons. However, this needs further validation, as some of the initial indications are directing towards no or inconsistent effects. However, it is worth mentioning in this context that some of the physiological roles of creatine in humans might be relevant in animals as well, wherein insulin resistance causing low-grade inflammation, oxidative stress, and even reducing the vascularization in muscles, GAA might help to stimulate insulin secretion as well as insulin-like growth factor 1 and glucagon release. And this increased insulin sensitivity with GAA could also positively influence to mitigate some of these muscle myopathies. So in summary, yes, GAA supplementation to broiler diets consistently showed enhanced broiler production performance while minimizing meat quality issues as well.
Next, how can GAA supplementation help to reduce health issues and improve animal welfare?
To answer this question, there are several animal health and welfare benefits from supplementing GAA, because increased creatine concentration with GAA supplementation is not only beneficial for muscle cells, but for the whole animal energy metabolism. And these effects could be extended to, let's say, minimizing the impact of heat stress, wherein recent studies have shown that broilers, when challenged with cyclical heat stress, GAA supplementation reduced heat stress mortality with less panting behavior observed in birds, which could also be correlated to the lower rectal temperature recorded in these GAA-fed birds. Not just the heat stress mortality, but also we observe reduced mortality related to metabolic disorders like ascites, especially when broilers are challenged with cold stress or even hypoxia at high altitude. If I have to talk from a welfare perspective, foot pad lesions are also less likely, wherein trial results have indicated lower litter moisture and consequently a better foot pad score with GAA supplementation, which could be attributed to improved feed conversion or feed utilization efficiency, obviously, meaning less nutrients excreted to environment. And we also tend to see the impact of transport stress being reduced, wherein elevated muscle concentration of creatine and even phosphocreatine leads to an amelioration of transport-induced energy expenditure, which helps to delay anaerobic glycolysis, leading to improved meat quality as indicated by increased meat pH and reduced drip and cooking loss. Also, the benefits of GAA supplementation seems to be extended in terms of reducing oxidative stress, as indicated by an improvement in the cellular health as measured by a higher reduced to oxidized glutathione ratio and even lowered reactive oxygen species. So in a nutshell, yes, with guanidino supplementation as a GAA source, broiler producers are able to maintain the optimal levels of creatine at cellular level, leading to optimum energy availability and efficiency, thereby improving the production performance while supporting the health and welfare of the birds for a sustainable animal protein production.
Thank you, Dr. Krishnan, for your explanation about how GAA supplementation can help improve meat quality and animal welfare and reduce health issues. Thank you for listening to another episode of Asian Agribiz podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. This is your host, Arif Fahrudin, signing off.